Hello, everyone. Hope you are all well. Welcome back to another episode of This Hour, live with me, Avery Raquel. Happy birthday, Leonard. My birthday was yesterday, so that is exciting. I officially don't have a 1 in front of my age. I now have a 2. Yay! I don't know what to say about it. But I also should let you know before we go into stuff today, I am a little under the weather. I have a cold. Boo. I had it all through yesterday, so my grand birth extravaganza was me sipping on cold and flu medicine in my bed. But it is not COVID. Do not fret. Do not fear. I am absolutely negative. Not negative up here, but, keeping our spirits high. But yeah, so I'm going to do my best to perform some songs for you today. They might be a little mellower than usual, even though I like doing the whole ballad vibe, but it will be a little more chill, just to go easy on this, because I have a live performance tonight, and I would like to be in tip-top shape. So, yeah, with that said, to pass over some of the songs that I might have done otherwise today, I will show you a few videos. Since it was my birthday yesterday, I will show you some videos of my progress through the years. And some of them, excuse me, some of them are funny. Some of them make me cringe a lot. I have changed quite a bit, and you'll see. So should we start with the first video? My very first piano. Volume up, everyone.
That's not that twinkle, twinkle, wasn't it? Do it again. Yeah. Sounds like Twinkle Star, that's right. Mama. Twinkle, twinkle.
Gonna stand up and take a bow? Stand up and bow.
Bow towards Daddy. Turn to Daddy.
Oh,
Yay!
Thank
touching
you.
the floor. That's beautiful. Oh, okay. And so that was my first piano. Here's my first performance. I sang Annie, of course. I mean, look at my hair. Nice. Yeah.
Just thinking about tomorrow,
Get it? Oh, she's killing it. I know exactly what was going through my head in this moment too. I was so tired. They made me go last, and this is a school talent show. I was exhausted, and eventually you might see me curling my hair, which I still do to this day. Yeah. Oh, I see Dad. And if you listened hard enough to that video, you could probably hear him lip syncing. Oh, Mini Pop Kids. How could I forget? Yeah. And if you don't know who the Mini Pop Kids are, that's okay. They sing clean versions of pop songs on the radio. So I did this when I was 12, turning 13, something like that. I was in grade 8, 7 and 8.
One less problem without you.
Oh gosh. Wow. And then we have myself in White Christmas as Susan Waverly.
You beat us into submission.
Theater.
Show us your number.
Theater was always,
Stand back, Pine Tree. Susan's back in town.
Damn, she's sassy.
Let me sing a funny song.
The choreo makes me laugh.
Your words that roll along, yeah. And if my song can start you laughing, I'm happy. I'm like a sunflower.
Oh Lord.
And the light is my turn. Ezekiel, hit me with those floodlights. Ooh, I'm young again. Now bring me a chauffeur, as gaudy as I'll get out. Voila! I'm happy, let me sing.
I still remember.
I'm just one each door and mother's arms. And if my song can make you homesick,
Yeah, so this was at the River Run Center in Guelph, and I'm actually going to be performing there in the fall. The date, I'm just going to check the date. On October 12th, unless it got changed, I'm going to be there on the 12th. November 12th, sorry. I'm going to be there on November 12th. Oh yes, so this was my Heart Away album release concert. Oh my gosh, Ken, I might have to. Maybe I should just talk with the band and be like, hey, let's do this real quick. But yes, this is me singing at my album release concert for My Heart Away in Toronto at 3030 in Dundas. That was awesome. The best part about that performance is that the place was packed with people I didn't know. Neato. What's next? Oh gosh. Now he's just pulling up videos I told him not to. I don't even know what this is. Oh. This is New York State of Mind. Because, you know. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh, what are you in? This was at the Cambridge Got Talent. Yeah, I would go to this and perform in the competition. And I won 5 years in a row. And then we just stopped going, but it's pretty funny. I wonder if I could still enter. Maybe we should see sometime next year if I can still enter. Anyways, so that was me performing through the years. I don't know if I should sing a song or if I should go on to our first guest. But yes, so that was, oh my gosh, so many years of me singing. With that said, I'll do a song before we bring on our guest. And yes, thank you, Sydney. Also, thank you, Sydney, for your birthday message. I got it and I loved it, so thank you. Excuse me. Let's see what I want to do. I'm going to do something chill. So sorry, but it will be chill. This is a Lizzie McAlpine song before we bring on our first guest. And if you're just joining us, welcome. So... Where did you go, Angelina? Why did you take my foolish heart? I should have known, Angelina. I was never right for that part. I could have sworn, Angelina, we wished you'd be a bitch about getting us there on time. I'd thank the Lord for Angelina. Oh, so I guess the wedding I'll never be getting will live in the back of my mind. I never loved you more than when you said goodbye. 'Cause maybe I knew that love wasn't honest if you had to lie. I never loved you more than when you walked away. 'Cause maybe I knew, Angelina, you'd never stay. Are you coming home, Angelina? I think I'm done trying to hold on to you. I think you should know, Angelina, that I'd probably fall again if you wanted me to. And she said, I love you, so I said it back, but I wished she was you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, Chris, my voice, I hope it's changed. If it hasn't, there's a problem. But yeah, so are we ready for our first guest, or we just chilling? Yes, we are. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so my first guest has over 20 years of experience in senior management in the arts, including dance organizations, music festivals, and provincial arts conferences. I first met her when I did Ontario Contact, which I wanted back in 2019, which I really wanted to discuss with her. And then later on, through our connection there, we connected with the Uptown Waterloo Jazz Festival. So please welcome Cheryl Ewing.
Hi, Avery.
Hi, how are you?
I am great, thank you.
Good, good. So I always kind of like to ask people, because you're so heavily involved with the arts, how have you kind of seen it change because of COVID?
That's a big question.
I know.
I try to look at the positive side of things, and so I'm seeing that so many artists have had time to sit back and think about what they're doing and where they want to go and to create new work or a new approach. I think that also those of us who are not artists are recognizing how important art is in our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And although there have been many opportunities through watching streamed music or performances, it's just not the same as being there as part of an audience, having an experience that no one else is having or can have, because it's that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that when we can come back, that there will be greater recognition and willingness to support the arts in order to keep them going.
Mm-hmm.
It's been such a difficult year for so many artists,
Yeah.
and I know we've lost them because they just had to find other work and they put their art aside and they're not sure they're going to go back, and that's really sad.
Yeah. Absolutely. Um, and like I've personally just heard from everyone, like we miss being in person, we miss seeing people play music, and I guess it's kind of a good thing that people are realizing how much they need the arts, because that always seems to fall, far behind in people's lives when they think of their own conveniences. But also, so I understand that you've moved out east for a bit during COVID. Was that kind of an art-related move, or was that
Yeah.
a personal preference? Yeah.
It was both.
Both, yeah. So what was it for?
I came out in September 2019 because I was asked to come out and manage a ballroom dance studio.
Oh, yes.
It was being purchased by a former student of the studio,
Nice.
and he knew he didn't have the background for the actual management. And I love dancing and just felt it was a really good time in my life to make that move.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so easy to get back and forth from Nova Scotia to Ontario. So I thought, no problem. I'm leaving my family. I'll see them every 6 to 8 weeks. And then COVID hit.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So you were like stuck. Well, not stuck. It's beautiful out there. Like.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
there are worse places to have been.
Yes.
But yeah, yes, I got back for the first time in the end of July, and that had been 20 months without seeing my family.
Oh my.
So that was a bit tough.
That's tricky. That's a tricky
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, but I was delighted to come back here. So
Yeah, I bet.
great.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Ontario Contact, and if for people who don't know, can you explain to them what that is?
Yep, I can. It is a provincial conference, and I would think of it as if you're interested in touring, then it's like an audition to show people who are interested in bringing artists into their community what your show is like, and hopefully for them to buy your show to bring it to their community. It's one of several regional presenting networks across the country that all do the same thing. And a significant number of the presenters are volunteers. So they're in a community where the only live performance arts they'll see, professional anyway, is through something like Ontario Contact, which is now called Contact on Tour.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been looking at making a change in the conference for the last 4 years or so, and one of the benefits of COVID is that it forced us to make changes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we're not sure what it's going to look like when we're back in person, but again, we've learned some really good things that we.
Yeah, well, and for those who don't know, so I showcased at Ontario Contact in 2019, and I have to say, it's really intense. Like, being up there on the stage, as the artist, you only get 15 minutes, and there's lights at the front of the stage, and a little timer, and it tells you when you're coming to your end, and if you go over 15, you're done. Like, so I think I had to prep like 3 weeks in advance, and I made sure that I cut all my songs, and I just cut the charts up and I gave them to the band. We didn't rehearse. And so I gave them to the band and I was like, cool. And they were like, yeah. And I managed, because usually like in a 15-minute time span, like it's maybe like 2 songs, maybe like if you're jazz, then like that's like nothing. But so I think I managed to fit 5 songs into 15 minutes because I cut and pasted them, and I was like had my talking points like ready. Yeah, it was intense. So if you're an artist planning on doing it, be prepared.
And I have to say, Avery, you did exactly what you need to do.
Well, thank you.
A lot of artists get up there and they feel I have to play my entire song.
Yeah.
But it's better to show the range of your music. And a big thing that presenters are looking for is how you interact with your fellow performers
Yeah.
and with the audience.
Hmm.
And some will forget about that and just do their music. You
Yeah.
need a mix.
Yeah.
So, and it led to a gig for you.
Yeah, it ended up very okay for me because the majority of my shows in October that are booked are because of Ontario Contact, which is so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. So how did I? Yeah, so I have 8 shows. Sorry, I just thought I mentioned it. But so how did you kind of get started in Ontario Contact and like with the arts in general? Like what was drawing you to that?
I think actually it goes way back to that transition from public school into high school.
Mhm.
It's very, very introverted. And I lived in a family that moved a lot, which does not help.
Mhm.
And I got involved in theater and realized this was amazing because you could be somebody that you're not.
Yes.
And that was sort of the beginning of my journey.
Mhm.
So I worked for an arts council in Waterloo Region for a while, and also part time for the city of Waterloo, which at the time had presenting performance series. And so through that, I attended my first Ontario Contact
Mhm.
and kept going. And then just through a variety of different paths, I ended up presenting myself.
Oh.
So it remained more important.
Yeah.
And then I was a volunteer. And when the former manager retired, I applied for the job, and here I am.
Awesome. That's great. So, was when you presented, what was that like? Like, did you dance or was it singing? Like, what was?
No, it wasn't. I wasn't presenting myself.
Oh,
I
okay,
was
okay, okay,
presenting
gotcha.
an artist. Yeah,
Okay.
my performance has been primarily in the as a volunteer.
Okay, cool.
But I started out a young audience series for the city of Waterloo just after they canceled their adult series.
Mm.
So I had to come up with a rationale for why would we start one for children if we weren't
Right.
doing the adult one, and I sold it
Right.
to my boss. And I made a critical mistake with my very first presentation. It was an artist whose work I really liked and I trusted, but I had not seen the work.
Mm.
It did not work.
Oh dear.
So I really understood how important something like a performing arts conference is,
Mhm.
because presenters get to see the artists and hopefully meet them and have a really clear idea of what's coming into their community.
Mhm. Absolutely. So you also play a big part in the Waterloo Jazz Festival. So what's the deal with that? I know that it did get postponed, but what's the future looking like for the Jazz Fest?
Well, we're planning once again for a
Yes.
normal jazz fest.
Yes.
We thought we had it conquered this year.
I know.
We were going to do a drive-in event
Mhm.
because the previous summer it was able to run through Bingaman's, who is one of our sponsors.
Mhm.
And talking to them, they said, "Oh yeah, we'll be fine. The only way we won't be able to do this is if there is a total lockdown." And what can I say?
Yeah. There was a lockdown, so.
We have one poor artist who was supposed to perform in 19.
Mhm.
Just as he was going on stage, we had a tornado alert, so we had to cancel him.
Oh my.
And we rescheduled him for 20.
Yeah. And
And then
then.
we rescheduled him for 21.
Oh gosh.
And we're trying again for 22.
Oh, that's like the worst set of circumstances.
I know. You know, if there's a mistake to be made, I've probably made it in my career, and I'm looking for new ones.
Um, who I want to ask, who are some of the bigger names that you've had at the jazz festival in previous years?
Oh, we've had Holly Cole,
Nice.
Matt Duss.
Mm-hmm.
Um, actually, I'm going to talk about some that we've brought in because of Ontario Contact.
Okay.
Hugh Bob Quintet, because I saw him do a showcase.
Mm-hmm.
So although I'm there managing the conference,
Yeah.
because I'm really a consultant is my main job.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm always looking for artists that not just for the jazz festival,
Mm-hmm.
but I might have another client. And now at the studio that I'm at, we're looking at bringing in a cabaret series. So
Oh,
I'm looking for artists for
nice.
that as well.
Nice.
Um, we've brought in international artists. The Loop Doctors were there, I think, in '92, and they were amazing.
Cool.
Um, oh, and now I'm thinking of the ones we're trying to get on
Oh,
in
true.
22. So that's I kind of stuck on that. We really going to be concentrating on local artists in 22 because that was part of our plan for this year. Again, trying to beat COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We thought we would book artists that wouldn't have travel issues, and
Yeah.
so
Anything.
close.
It's been a wacky couple years.
It really has.
Yeah.
You
Um,
plan and you plan again and again.
oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. So what are some up and coming events that you're helping out with besides those things that you want people to know about, or just those things in general? Anything coming up that you want to promote?
Well, definitely Contact on Tour, which is September 13th to 18th. If any of your listeners are artists who are thinking that they would like to tour as part of their future,
Mm-hmm.
I strongly recommend that you attend a conference like that. And I think it's easier if the first time you're not showcasing, because as you said, it's really nerve wracking.
Yes.
And if you're there just observing, getting to know other artists and agents and
Yeah.
presenters, you have a better idea going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Barbara Lika is somebody we brought into the Jazz Festival that
Nice.
also came through
Contact.
Ontario
Yeah.
Contact. And she talks about how she would do Ontario Contact very differently now than she did then
Mm.
because of what she's learned about the
Yeah.
conference. But it's a really great way to get involved in the sector. And this year, because it's virtual, it is really, really cheap.
Right. True.
We have a couple of workshops coming up that are really geared to artists. One is how to become an arts entrepreneur
Okay.
with Barbara Lika and Crazy Smooth are leading that session.
Cool.
And then we have another one on digital marketing that'll be really great. So you can sign up for those workshops separately, but it's cheaper to sign up for the whole conference and then get involved in the whole thing and take those workshops as part of the conference fees.
Yeah. Well, they don't call it the music business for nothing.
True.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's a thrill to talk to you about everything going on, and if there's any artists watching right now, I hope this helped because there's a lot of good information here. So thank you so much, and yeah. Oh, and how can people volunteer if they want to volunteer for the jazz festival?
Contact
If you're looking
us.
for volunteers.
Yeah, we will definitely be looking for volunteers. So if you go on our website that I see you have up,
Yes.
then there is a tab for volunteers, and just let us know. We'll add you to our list and contact you as soon as we start getting under the hood there.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and stay safe.
You too, and thanks, Avery. I really enjoyed seeing you as you
As
progressed
I grow
into
up.
life.
Yes, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. So that was Cheryl Ewing. So awesome, and there's a lot of good information there. So if there are any artists or independent artists watching, lots of good stuff. So before we go into some more stuff, I'm going to do some This Day in Music history stuff. So, excuse me. So, in 65 on this day, the Beach Boys had California Girls. It was #1 on the U.S. single chart. Mike Love's lead vocals were triple tracked, and then the groups spread their vocals over 3 more tracks. So that's a lot for the time. And it was the first Beach Boys recording to feature vocals from Bruce Johnston, who would join the group to substitute for Wilson on concert tours. Kind of neato. In 93, on this day, Billy Joel started a 3-week run at #1 on the U.S. Album charts with River of Dreams, and it was some of his most acclaimed music, and he said it came to him in his sleep, hence the title. And we all know the song, In the Middle of the Night. But I've heard him talk about it in interviews where he said that he heard that I go walking in the middle of the, and he said he heard that in his dream, and so he got up, wrote it down, made a song, as one does. And his second wife at the time, she painted the album cover, which was later on voted as the worst album cover of the year. So ouch, sorry to her, that sucks. So also on this day in 2012, Celebrity Net Worth named Ringo Starr as the world's richest drummer with an estimated fortune of $300 million. It's a lot of money. Phil Collins was ranked second with $250 million, and former Nirvana drummer Dave Grohl was third with $225 million, and then also making the top 10 was the Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts, who actually just passed away this week, which is so unfortunate. He was originally trained as a graphic artist, and then he developed into an interest in jazz at a really young age, and then joined the Stones in '63. So his love for jazz music kind of helped him push towards that rock style. But he had a number of jazz albums with the Charlie Watts Quintet, which I think is so cool. I had no idea. And then born today, we've got Ivy Jo Hunter, Wayne Osmond from the Osmond family, Shania Twain, Canadian country singer, Jack Black, and we've got Leanne Rimes as well. And then born tomorrow, we've got Dinah Washington, awesome, love her, Chris Coping, Michael Jackson, Liam Payne from One Direction, we love our Virgos. So, yeah, with that said, I am going to sing a wee song from someone that I mentioned, one of my favorite songs ever that I've heard by him. So, this is a Billy Joel song. Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then, if you're so smart, tell me, why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it up before you burn it out. You got so much to do and so many hours in a day. But you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Well, too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you can see when you're wrong, you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You got your passion, you got your pride, but don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you crazy child, and take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can afford to lose a day or two. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? And you know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get a halfway through. Why don't you realize Vienna waits for you? When will you realize Vienna waits for you? So that's that. We're doing it. Excuse me, sorry. All right. So I'm ready to bring on our next guest here. I'm very excited. So he is a fellow RBC X Music alumni, such as myself. We starred in the recent First Up RBC Music campaign that aired during the Grammys, so we were in that together, which is awesome. He was raised in Ottawa, Ontario. He is of Ojibwe and Irish descent. He's a multi-award nominated and award-winning hip-hop and electronic artist who is also a motivational speaker, workshop facilitator, and the host of The Beat on 106.5 Element FM. So lots going on here, lots to talk about. I'm very excited. So please welcome Cody Coyote.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good, you?
Good, thanks. So what have you been up to? You know, like there's been a lot going on, but also at the same time nothing, right? So what have you been up to?
I've been up to a lot. You know, I just wrapped up a new album.
Awesome.
You know, so I got back home. We're spending a lot of time in Burlington Hill. You know, so quite a lot happening there. I'm not going to call them recoveries, but funding.
Cool.
So yeah, you know, just been supporting various Indigenous folks. That sort of thing.
Nice. Awesome. So I wanted to ask you how COVID has kind of affected maybe your artistry or maybe just how you would normally go about creating your career and stuff like that. How has it kind of affected you?
Honestly, it's just giving me more time. You know, more time to create.
Yeah.
I pretty well got like a home stew, so like it's pretty good, you know, in that aspect of things. But yeah, like it's been like pretty well the crutch for me, you know, being creative. Like a lot of people have been, you know, calling out like the elephant in the room, like struggling with mental health, and you know, as serious as it is, like I'm thankful that I've had this gift that I'm able to use during this time, you know, to kind of channel those sorts of things, which is nice. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you said that you've been working on an album. Is it out? Correct me if I'm wrong. Or is it like in the works still?
It's still in the works. It's
Nice.
going to be called Passage. Yeah, like I'm pretty stoked about it. You know, 'cause it's been you know, pretty well like a year in the making type of thing. You know, so
Awesome.
it's like, you know, pretty well like once like COVID like hit, that's when I started. You know,
Yeah, me too.
you know? Like it's like why wouldn't we? You know?
Yeah, I know. So I want to ask you. So you are of Ojibwe and Irish descent. So without getting too much into it, I just want to ask, has everything going on, I guess, in Canada recently affected you as an artist and how you create music?
Yeah, 100%. For me, being an Indigenous artist in the music industry, I feel a sense of responsibility, to be that beacon of hope, for my people,
Hmm.
but also to highlight truth,
Yeah.
telling people how it is, the way it is, and trying to have dialogue around that,
Hmm.
the new project that I'm working on, um, it's gonna have a single that I put out called "Helpless," and that song,
Sorry, it's funny just because I'm releasing a single called Helpless.
no, it's interesting.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'd be interested to hear, the avenue of things,
Hmm.
for people too. Is for me, it's talking about how my great uncle was forcibly taken to the Spanish residential schools, and same, trigger warning for folks that are watching, obviously, but my grandma also being taken there, and several of my cousins being taken there, and my great uncle, both him and my cousin tried to run away, not once but twice, and they were brought back forcibly both times to attend the St. Peter Claver's Indian residential school for boys. So that's where that song comes from.
Hmm.
That's going to be on the album, and a lot of very similar types of messages are going to be on that project too. So
Amazing. Yeah, I think what you do is awesome. And so I want to ask, why hip hop? Do you feel like that's the most effective way to get the message across, or is that just something you've always been drawn to?
learning that indigenous folks have been there since the foundation was quite
Hmm.
interesting. We look at folks like Grandmaster Melly Mel,
Hmm.
and how he had indigenous ancestry, and even looking at the pillar of where it all began. Things like the Cool Herd Party, everything that transpired at 1520 Cedric Ave. Understanding how it came to be from people who were being oppressed, and as somebody, I'm not gonna say who was oppressed. We're still being oppressed today.
Hmm.
Still fighting for our treaty rights with the Canadian government, and that's on this side, of things in Turtle Island, whereas in the U.S. it's very similar.
Hmm.
Um, I understand that hip hop is very much about reality, and I had a lot to say, with my own walk of life. So when I was introduced to this beautiful culture, I was like, yo, I want to know everything about it,
Hmm.
right? And I've spent time with some of the coolest folks that I ever had the chance to meet. Rocksteady Crew, Ernie Panacoli, being able to talk with him, and just kind of learn a little bit more in regards to wisdom from an indigenous perspective in hip hop. And yeah, I've just kind of been at it since.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's awesome. So I believe we have a video that we're going to share. Do you want to talk about that video, and why you picked that and what it's about?
Yeah, this is a video. So the song title "Manado Dewagan," it means spirit drum in Ojibwe, and it's very much a song that's about reclamation of culture, and revitalizing that identity piece of things. And when people are like, "Oh, I want to know more about you, Cody. I want to see what your story's about and stuff." I always tell them to go watch this video, because in a nutshell, this is essentially what I went through when I was younger.
Perfect. Cool. Well, we'll show that right now.
Awesome.
Rise up with the sun. Feel free when I run. Heartbeat like the drum. Still see where I'm from. Move calm. Gejibazo, Dawe Igan. Undoubtedly, spirit asleep, but now it's awake. Here when it speaks, grows harder to take. Hair like the trees, sweet grass with a brain. Connection so deep, grows harder to break. Dancing with pride, healing inside. The soil beneath, revealing my time. Chanting alive, the drum is my guide. The language I speak will revitalize. And that way he got. Man, it's the way he got. Man, it's the way he got. Man, it's the way he got. Find us, we're the ones who feel for the young. Heartbeat like the drum when we breathe with our lungs. Nanda Wabam, Oshke Iwan, Dawe Igan. Maranamo, spirit has reached a point that it makes others come near with the love it creates. Stare at the sea, then gaze at the waves. Reminded of life and we won't let it fade. Dancing with pride, healing inside. The water beneath, revealing my time. Chanting alive, the drum is my guide. The language I speak will revitalize. And down where he got. Man, it's the way he got. Man, it's the way he got. Man, it's the way he got. Man, it do that way he got. Man, it do that way he got. Man, it do that way he got. Man, it's that way he got. That way he got.
That was incredible. That was an awesome music video. The song was amazing, and that's a very, very, very important message. I think everybody needed to see that. For sure, 100%. I don't even know what to say. So I guess let's switch the topic a little bit to a little lighter note. But I do want to ask how you got involved with the Beat 106.5 and Element FM. Like, when did that start and why?
Wow, yeah, like we've been running, like, it's crazy to think, like three years now, and the Beat, it runs not only on 106.5 Element FM, but also the Ottawa station, which is 95.7.
Awesome.
And yeah, like it's been such a tremendous, like, opportunity to be involved with Element. Like, we're all like this like tight knit family,
Nice.
and like, yeah, just like kind of hitting that milestone too. Like, I haven't seen too many other commercial radio stations playing Indigenous artists as much as we have. So it's that sense of pride, working for them, and being involved in such a powerful movement, right? But yeah, it's been great to say the least, So, yeah.
Awesome. Is my audio weird right now, or is it okay?
It sounds good to me.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Sometimes I get like messages for people like being like, you sound like a robot. So I thought I would just ask. Okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. I like to do this with some of the guests that I bring on, and it's a rapid fire of a bunch of questions. They're completely random. There's about 10 questions, and I want you to answer, as fast as you can and as accurately as you see fit. I don't know. They're just random questions.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, so here we go. No stress, but yeah. So number one, we've got favorite movie genre.
Favorite movie genre? I'm gonna say horror and comedy.
Nice. Favorite color.
Ooh, beige and yellow.
Nice. Smooth or crunchy peanut butter.
Smooth.
hmm If you were to duet with one musical artist, who would it be?
Obviously you. Let's get going.
Truly, let's do it. Favorite season.
Favorite season? Ooh, summer. Yeah.
Nice. Favorite sandwich.
Favorite sandwich? I don't know, tuna?
Sure. Chicken club's always been a very popular one. Well done, medium rare, or rare steak.
Oh, medium rare.
Nice. Favorite decade.
Favorite decade? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go bring it back to the 90s, 90s
Nice.
were good. Yeah, growing up in the 90s, never
Where would you want to travel that you haven't been before?
Ooh, I want to go to New Zealand, hang out with Mari. Yeah.
Nice. And are you a cat or a dog person?
Ooh, both.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both. And I'm allergic to cats, but I love them. Okay.
Okay, true. I am too. Well, it's been wonderful having you here, sharing your experiences and everything. What's coming up for you? What do you want to promote? And where can people find you?
Well, we're doing some stuff tomorrow. I think it'd be a good time to bring awareness to that. There's some walkers that have made their way from Northern Ontario to Parliament Hill.
Mm.
I'm going to be spending a lot of time with them, tomorrow. Project-wise, I'm hoping to have passage out late September, so I encourage folks to keep an eye out for that. And there's going to be a new music video coming for my song Revolution. So,
nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Awesome. All good stuff. And where can people find you? I know it's scrolling around the bottom, but still say it.
Yeah, CodyCoyoteMusic.com is like always the best place. I tell people to go and check out my blog and all that kind of stuff there, so.
Awesome. Good stuff. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been wonderful.
Oh, yeah, well, miigwech, thank you so much for having me. And, we don't say goodbye where I'm from, eh? We don't believe in that. We say ba ma pi, ba ma pi.
Ba ma pi.
Hey, nailed it.
Nice. Thought I'd give it a go. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, miigwech. Take care.
So that was Cody Coyote, and go check him out on everything. It was so awesome to have him on and chat. Yeah, so it was all good stuff. So I guess I have time for a few more songs. I'll try not to blow my voice out. Excuse me while I drink some water. I gotta stay hydrated. Okay. Oh, I'm getting stuffed up again. I can feel it. Too much information. Okay. What should I do? What should I? Here's again. Sorry, but they're all pretty chill. Actually, I'll do this one first. Changed my mind. All right. If I could, I'd cry once more. If I could, waterfall, warm and clear, crystal blue, I'd shower you. If I could, oh, I'd bathe you, wash you of the sins that plagued you, rid you of the burdens, and you'd be free once more. I'd save you, rid you of the curses that plagued you, give you all the praises and bring you back to shore, and you'd be free once more. You'd be free once more. If I could, I'd cry once more. If I could, a waterfall, warm and clear, crystal blue, I'd shower you, I'd shower you. If I could, oh, I'd bathe you, wash you of the sins that plagued you, rid you of the burdens and bring you back to shore. I'd save you, rid you of the curses that plagued you, give you all the praises and bring you back to shore, and you'd be free once more. You'd be free once more. I'd bathe you, wash you of the sins that plagued you, rid you of the burdens, and you'd be free once more. I'd save you, rid you of the curses that plagued you, give you all the praises and bring you back to shore, and you'd be free once more. You'd be free once more. Once more. Oh my goodness. So tonight I'm actually performing at Manhattan's in Guelph. So wish me luck with regards to whatever the heck is going on here. But I'm very excited for it. And I'm going to be there with Nicholas Tateishi, my lovely guitar player, and Chris Adrians on bass. Just the two of us. Is a pretty chill little night. So if you're in the Guelph area, pop on by between 7 and 10:30-ish, maybe 11. Might be pushing it. Not sure. I'm doing 3 45-minute sets. So I'm going to say farewell and thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And thank you to Cody and to, oh my goodness, why am I blanking? To Cheryl. Oh, thank you to Cheryl and thank you to Cody. It's been wonderful, and have a lovely evening, everybody. Thanks. Here's a video.
Another original that isn't released yet, but hopefully to be released soon. This is a fun one. This is called Put Your Love on Me. Never imagine what it would be like to fall in love, never asking why. What if I were to reimagine all the things I never thought I'd try? Young, dumb, and in love, sky's the limit above us. Nothing's really getting in the way. The feeling makes you dizzy in the morning light. It's the same love that's meant to keep you up and on 1,000 beats per minute. I finally understand. I get a little dizzy, I can hardly breathe. Everything you do makes me weak in the knees. 10,000 beats per minute. I finally understand. You put your love on me. Put your love on me. Baby, take my hand. I finally understand. You put your love on me. Would you love on me? Baby, take my hand, I finally understand. No more looking back, no time for the past. Just focusing, look into my eyes. Love those who judge you, all the fake ones who don't give a shit. Let's go and live our lives. Young, dumb, and in love, skies are living above us. Nothing's really getting in the way. Feeling this crazy in the morning light is the same love as trying to keep you up at night. 1,000 beats per minute, I finally understand. I get a little dizzy, I can hardly breathe. Everything you do makes me weak in the knees. 10,000 beats per minute, I finally understand. Put your love on me, put your love on me. Baby, take my hand, I finally understand. Put your love on me, put your love on me. Baby, take my hand, I finally understand. Feeling makes you busy in the morning light. It's the same love that's bound to keep you up at night. 1,000 beats per minute, I finally understand. I get a little dizzy, I can hardly breathe. Everything you do makes me weak in the knees. 10,000 beats per minute, oh no, no. Put your love on me, put your love on me. Baby, take my hand, I finally understand. Put your love on me, put your love on me. Baby, take my hand, I finally understand. Put your love on me. Thank you.